Welcome to May's Lug Life. I'm May, and it's another update. But this is the update we've been waiting for. This is actually the statement we've been waiting to hear from Lug. So I was wrong. The last one was not the one. This is the email or the statement that we've been waiting to hear from Lug. This is the information we've been waiting to hear. So this was actually posted on Facebook at around 1:30 p.m. March the 22nd, and I did not see this in my emails. So I checked all of my email addresses, could not find this as an email. I only, for some reason, found this on Facebook. So I don't know if you guys received this. Maybe you did. Maybe I'm the only one that didn't receive this as an email. But like I said, I checked all of my addresses and none of them had it. So I only saw this on Facebook, so I'm kind of hoping that this was just an oversight. I'm hoping that Lug didn't forget about everybody else. I was really excited when Lug first sent out those 2 emails recently to everybody. And so I think the last one they sent an email and they put a Facebook post up. This time, I think it's just a Facebook post. So I really hope it's an oversight. I hope this is not a new trend where Lug is once again forgetting about everybody else and only focusing on their customers who are on Facebook. So anyways, if that is the case, I will do my best to get these out to you as soon as I can. Although I have a feeling we're going to have some issues, but I will do my absolute best. And I'm really, really sorry if these are coming out late to you. But anyways, that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the entire letter. And then we'll talk about it at the end. And if you guys don't want to hear me yammer away at the end, just, end the video after I finish reading out this letter. Okay. So like I said, it's big. A lot of stuff in this one. It's absolutely jam-packed with stuff. So, all right, buckle in. Let's see. So here we go. It says, first off, we want to sincerely apologize for the issues surrounding the warehouse moves. And as loyal, caring, and very much invested customers, you also deserve to know some of the nuance of this challenging journey over the last 6 months. For 18 years, we ran our own warehouse and distribution. We took pride in personally creating the best possible customer experience. As we recognized the need to outsource this portion of Lug due to the increasing scale demands, we expected the same care and responsibility shown to our customers from our selected partner. As you know, this was not the case. We went from literally touching every order ourselves to seeing a complete mishandling of them. Needless to say, this was clearly the antithesis of our values and priorities. And even now, we must share this info carefully with you and cannot get into all the details because legal counsel was required to intervene in this very bad situation. However, the short of it is this. Our first warehouse provider literally locked us out of our product and orders, and we are only now seeing the finish line for retrieving and sorting through everything. We are now free of this provider, and we are in a much better position to right the compounding wrongs and to get back to a positive place to serve our primary passions, working in service of our customers and creating the best bags on the planet. We really do love our new warehouse provider, and although they have made some mistakes, understatement, under the weight of onboarding with us and sorting through the baggage, so to speak, of our first provider, we are closely working with them and making huge strides daily that are bringing us closer to the experience our customers deserve. This does not make up for all of the lost communication, which has been a regrettable byproduct of freeing ourselves from an abusive and unproductive circumstance. And we know that some of you have directly felt the weight of from this fallout, which is even more distressing to us. With the responsibility of that in mind, we promise you, as the founders of this company we all love, that we are actively, hour by hour, working beyond resolution and much further towards a better company that you have ever known. Sorry, my cat is meowing. I don't know if you can hear him. We are hiring, building, and designing against these past months to not only bring us out of the dark, but more brightly into joyful, anticipatory, and exciting experiences for our customers. We believe that based on the pace our new partner is working, we will be back on track by the end of this week. Regarding our customer service team, due to very high volumes of inquiries, our Our practical ability to respond at this time will be an expected response time of 3 to 5 business days temporarily. We request that you help us get there by restraining from submitting duplicate requests regarding the same issues to help our team focus on the problems at hand. We will continue to respond to existing inquiries as rapidly as we can, the majority of which are related to tracking and missing items from orders. We have asked a lot from you and regret to ask you a little more. Your patience for the remainder of the week. We will see every issue dealt with and made right. We will get your orders completed ASAP, and if you receive an item you don't want, we will offer free shipping on returns due to the circumstances. We will return to daily updates as we get through the remaining orders, but we definitely want you to know we hear you and we are listening. We are now back in the driver's seat to make the improvements necessary to operate at the levels you deserve. Thank you for your patience, support, feedback, and love, Jason and Amy. Okay, that's the statement. That's the email. Or sorry, that's not the email. It's the post. It's the letter. It's the information that we've all been waiting for. So I was wrong with the last one. That was a lot. That was definitely something we were hoping for and we got. This was the other part. So let's go back and let's reread this and really talk about it. So first off, they apologized. They sincerely apologize for the issues surrounding the warehouse moves. Again, I cannot, articulate enough how much an apology actually means to people. If you're having issues and you're having problems and you just pretend like they're not existing or nothing's going on, and on top of that, you don't apologize, it really compounds the problem. So if you're not acknowledging the issues, you're practically ignoring anybody who's drawing attention to these issues, and then you don't apologize on top of that, it just throws people in a completely wrong direction and really, really upsets people. And anybody who is loyal to you, that gets lost really fast. So the fact that they're apologizing finally is huge. I'm really happy they're actually using the language. I hope it's sincere. It says they're sincere, but I actually do hope it is. And then, to go and actually start telling us what's been going on is actually pretty cool. I kind of wasn't expecting it. I always hoped that they would do this, but the fact that they're finally doing this is awesome. Now, I know that they're sort of talking about the fact that, they've said they've brought in legal counsel, so they can't actually tell us very much. But the couple of things they have revealed here is huge. Mentioning that they got locked out of their product and locked out of their entire inventory, it sounds like, and not able to get in to see the orders. That's massive. This would have been something that I think Lug could have mentioned. I know that, they're saying that there's very little that, they can say right now because there's legal issues, but there must have been a time before legal issues had come up, before, legal counsel was hired to be the go-between. There must have been a time where there was nothing contractually stopping them from telling us what was happening. I don't know why they were so afraid to tell us these things, because the truth is the truth. So if you can't get to your stuff and the company that's got your stuff is holding you by the balls, I don't see how that's going to stop you from getting back in. That's just a fact. So even if they had just said something like, we know that we're having some problems. We know that you guys are experiencing issues and delays and whatnot. Please know that we're doing the best that we can. We apologize for the delay. We apologize for the problems, but there are things that are going on that unfortunately we cannot talk about right now because we are in the middle of trying to get this sorted out, and we are doing the best we can without upsetting anyone or raising any flags or whatever, or even just saying we're working on it, we're sorry, we're getting there, we acknowledge that there are problems, we acknowledge that we know that there's a problem, and please be patient, we're getting there, and just hang in. We will tell you all about it when this is all over. We've all had these, moments in our lives, or we've had friends where they're in the middle of the worst time of their lives and they just can't tell us what the problem is, but they're like, don't worry, I'm okay. Just just believe me when I say I'm okay. Just stay out of my hair for just a little bit. Give me some time. I promise you when the dust settles, I'll come back to you and I'll explain the whole thing. And if they just say that, you just kind of go, okay, I'll wait. I'll sort of, hang back and see. And if it continues and it continues and continues, and they just keep saying, okay, look, hang on, I know it's taking way longer than I expected. Just give me some more time. I thought it was going to be over by now. Unfortunately, it's not. I'm still sorting through it. Please hang in there with me. Just be patient with me. I apologize that this is, the things aren't going well, but this is just the way it is. And I promise you, I will tell you in the end. If they had just kept saying that all the way through, I think a lot fewer tempers would have gone off. I think people would have been less rude and less confrontational. And I think, you know what? We're all humans. We all know what it's like when things go badly and things go wrong. Most of us have a lot of empathy. Most of us understand and want to give you a chance and give you a time to figure it out. And I think most of us would have done so for Lug. And I find it almost insulting and a little sad that they didn't think that we could even just handle that. The fact that they, needed to keep their mouths completely sealed, I find a little bit weird. I think they could have, said, just like what I was saying, we'll get back to you, but they didn't. So now we at least know why they couldn't get back to us, because there actually were legal problems that needed to get sorted out. And it sounds like clearly they're not sorted yet. Yeah, so we at least now know why they're having so many issues, because they couldn't get into anything. They couldn't see what their inventory was. They couldn't see what the orders were. They couldn't actually touch the products. That's awful. But anyways, so there they are. Like I said, legal matters aside, it's interesting that that's kind of where they got to. I would love to know kind of what happened, because how do you get from we're moving in, everything's awesome, we're so excited, this is the best move ever, rah, rah, yay, yay, holy crap, they've locked us out. There's a whole lot of stuff that happened in between. And I guess, I don't know if we'll ever know. I'm hoping one day they'll reveal what happened, because I think we're owed that. I mean, we all had to endure the fallout from it. So I'm hoping that one day Lug decides they want to tell us what happened, but I don't know. We may never find out, depending on how long it takes for this to go through the courts, if that is what's actually going to happen. And I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. I'm sure someone's going to be suing someone. So, anyways, so then, okay, so they had locked out. They're having problems, and they're actually using the word like, abusive, which is awful. I mean, obviously this is not this was not a good relationship that they had with their next with their warehouse. But those are really strong words coming from a company where they pretend like everything is awesome and hunky dory, and you don't mind the man behind the curtain. To suddenly kind of just blurt out and use the word, abusive and unproductive circumstance. That's a lot. That's a really big one. So like I said, I would love to kind of know what happened between we move in to the day that we're like, okay, we're moving out, we're finding a new place to live. Because this is really, really, really bad. And what makes me, sort of, it gives me a little bit of a, how to put this, like there's a little red flag that goes off, a little alarm goes off when I hear basically only one side of the story. I know this is Lug's side. For some reason, something happened, and the other side, so the warehouse, felt upset enough that they locked Lug out. So it takes two to tango. I don't know how wrong the other side was or how wrong Lug was, but there's no way that Lug had nothing to do with this. There was no way that they were 100% innocent, I think. That's how I look at it. There's always something that triggers the other side to react so severely and so horribly. So, I mean, not always. Obviously, there are some times where, people are completely innocent and they just get the crap beat out of them. So it's not always the case, but it does make me wonder what happened for that relationship to dissolve so quickly and go in such a horrible direction. So anyways, so I'm just yammering about that one a little bit, because I'm like, I want to know more. Anyway, and so they do sort of at least acknowledge as well that well, there was a complete and total loss of communication between, I'm assuming they're referring to us and them, which is a regrettable byproduct of them trying to get themselves out of the bad situation they were in. So at least I'm glad that they're acknowledging that there was total radio silence that was probably unacceptable, and they seem quite upset about it. They seem like they're regretting that move and regretting that sort of result of that particular situation. So again, acknowledgement is good. So this is what we're looking for: acknowledgement that there was some wrongdoing, acknowledgement that there were problems, acknowledgement of what the problems were, and are, I guess, in some instances. So that's good. So I'm glad that they've apologized. I'm glad they're acknowledging. I'm glad they're taking, they're sort of explaining a little bit. I would love to have them maybe take a little bit, sort of be more responsible for it, but that'll come, hopefully soon. And anyways, so now they're sort of saying, okay, we're going to do the best we can to get ourselves out of this, which is good. They seem very comfortable and confident with the fact that their new warehouse is going to be the people that deliver them from this horrible situation. So far, it hasn't proven to be a more competent place, but for some reason, the powers that be at Lug are more comfortable and are happier with the circumstance that they're in with this new place. At least I hope so. I hope they're not just saying that because, once again, they're having problems again and they're now looking for a third place, and now they're just trying to keep these guys happy so they don't get locked out of their stuff again. So I'm hoping that's genuine. I'm hoping that they really, really are genuinely happy and genuinely able to work with these new people and able to get somewhere positive and actually progress and go forward and move beyond the crap that has happened over the past year, and actually, go into a more productive, happy, sort of forward moving place. So now what they're out now asking us at the, sort of where it says, regarding our customer service team, they're now hoping that us as lug nuts and as customers understand that there is a huge volume of things that these guys have to handle, and to try to now limit our our correspondence with them to only one, I guess it's an email per issue. So if you've got like an order that's missing, try to only send one email and not 10, because I guess what they're saying ultimately is they only have so many people. They can only handle so much of the volume. Even as it is right now, it's going to take 3 to 5 days before they can even respond to you. They would like to shorten that down. So if you can stop sending duplicate emails so that we don't have to keep reading the same email about the same issue, it'll actually save us some time. So I guess if each mail takes, 1 minute to read, if that same email gets sent out 10 times, that's 10 minutes of the time they could have used to do something more productive. So I guess for the next little while, if you are having issues, they're asking us to refrain from sending more than one email. So I think we can do that. I think, and I think also too, the 3 to 5 days, I would give it longer. Me personally, I'd probably give it more like 2 weeks because the volume is insane. We do know that they've been overworked for far too long. But they are saying that they're hiring more and they're building and they're doing, I guess they're, creating new methods of doing things to make things faster and easier. So they're in the process of really working through this actively, and they seem to also indicating that hiring is an issue, so they need more people, which is good because it's not simply like they're just too cheap to hire new people. They actually know they need more people, and they're in the process of doing that. So that's really, really excellent, because there's always those companies that say we can't, we're doing our best, but they don't actually hire new people. We have our volumes have increased, our workload has increased, but they've hired no one. So I'm really hoping that that's a good sign, that means they actually are actively looking to make things faster just by bringing in more people. So that would be awesome. And then basically the last thing is just to sort of, I guess, ask us to be a little bit more patient because they need more time to get through this all. And I think we've got that. I think we can all do that for them. So I know I would rather wait longer and get everything right and get everything, done properly and not freak out the people at Lug, be it in the warehouse or, in the front of house or, customer service. I would much rather them not hate me whenever they see my name pop up on the email, and get everything right and get everything well done, and everything takes, a little bit longer, but if it's done properly, I will gladly take that over a rushed everything and I'm getting only 2 pieces out of the 10 pieces that I ordered, and then have them not respond to me for 2.5 weeks, or send me the wrong thing twice. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give them more time, so I'm definitely willing to wait. I know that I still have a few orders that are out there somewhere, I hope, and I hope they know that they're out there, so I haven't sent them anything because I know that they're going through turmoil. And I'm just going to be a little bit more patient, and I'm not going to say anything probably until next week. I think if I don't hear from them in a week, I might just send an email and go, hey, knock, knock. I've got 3 orders. I don't know if you know what they're missing. I still haven't seen them because I still haven't gotten an email of any kind about anything from Lug except for these ones, these sort of mass emails that they sent out. So anyways, so there we go. And it's also good to know that they're still willing to hear us. I mean, it does say, we hear you, we are listening. We want you to know that this is something that, we want to have you tell us. So give us your feedback. We are hearing you, we're listening, and that's awesome. So they don't want to shut us down. They definitely want to hear what's going on and what we like and don't like, which is kind of what we're hoping for. So, again, for all the people who say, if you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all, sorry. There's not a lot of good things to say right now. And if we keep our mouths shut, things aren't going to get better. So obviously, let's not be abusive. Let's not be mean. Let's not be a bully. Let's be kind and patient and understanding when we are communicating with Lug. But when we do have issues, we have to tell them. So there we go. That's the statement. I hope you guys found that informative. Now, the other thing I have to say, like when I read this the first time, I could barely understand it. My first impression was, did anybody edit this? I'm not a grammar, Nazi or anything like that, but oh my gosh, there are grammatical problems all over the place. So it was really hard for me to read the first few times. Even now, when I was reading out loud, I was like, oh my gosh, like the break in the ideas was all in the wrong spot. Sentence, like they're starting sentences weird and ending sentences weird, and they weren't finishing sentences, and so paragraphs were all divided into funny places. So I have a feeling, and the reason why I say that is not because I'm trying to be critical of the way it was written. I'm obviously I was, but the reason why I'm critical is because I feel like this was just an outpouring of emotions and information, and I don't think there was a lot of editing. I think whoever it was who wrote this, either Amy or Jason, I'm not quite sure who. I feel like maybe it was Jason. I don't know why. I think I'm just assuming it is. I think it's because Jason's name comes before Amy, so I'm assuming that was Jason. But anyways, I'm assuming that this is information and these are emotions and these are words that have been stewing around in their head for months and months and months and months, and they've been wanting to put this out, or at least been hoping to put this out or thinking how they were going to put this out. And then when this letter was written, I think it was just like, vomiting up 8 months of holy cow, this is stuff that's been sort of burning a hole inside, and now here it is. So it, like I said, it wasn't a lot of editing. It was the structure of the whole thing was a little bit odd. I mean, it was clear, but it was just, I feel like if I had written this probably would have been like my 3rd attempt. I would have probably vomited everything out and just type, and then go back again and go, okay, this is too much. This is too little. Let's change this word. Let's change this sentence, and then read it one more time, and then maybe make one more change, and then let it and send it. This was not a perfectly orchestrated, perfectly coiffed, letter. This was just, okay, you know what? It's good enough. It gets all the information out there, expresses how I feel, expresses what's been sort of brewing in the back and behind the scenes. And hopefully, everyone will understand that this is a sincere apology, and it's a sincere acknowledgement of the problems, and a sincere acknowledgement of the work that has yet to be done, and an understanding that there's something that they can do for us to help us, and keep it coming. We apologize once again, and thank you for your support and your patience, and hang on for, hang on for just a little while longer. So I think that it wasn't overly edited, that this was not, written by, HR, that this was actually written by the owners. And this was raw and it was real and it was from somewhere genuine. And I think that's why I mentioned, like the sentence structure and all that, because when you're writing stuff out and it's just coming from your heart, it doesn't come out in perfect, phrases. It comes out all jarbly and weird and, and highly emotional. And I feel like that's kind of what we got here. So I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that we are finally seeing more of what we've been waiting for. And I really hope this is a continuing trend. I would love to see Lug continue to do this. They continually tell us that we're family and that, we're all this one big happy community with great people, and we're caring and we're loving and we're, we've got each other's backs. And I'm finally feeling like maybe that's how we're being treated again, that we're not just sort of forgotten about and we're only just customers and we're only just dollar signs in their eyes, that we are actually people and friends and, someone who actually genuinely cares about the company, who probably does deserve to hear more than just, hey, don't worry, we got some problems. But continue buying. Don't worry, pretend like nothing's happening, and we'll, one day you'll just get your order. I'm really, really glad that they felt comfortable enough to actually say what they said. So there we go. So kudos, Lug. Thank you for sending this. Thank you for putting this into words. I'm sure it was difficult. I know there were a lot of different things that I'm sure you wanted to say, but probably can't, and things that you were probably trying to hold back on. So I can't wait till this is all over for you guys, because it'll be, maybe you guys can sleep again. So, but I do hope that everything is actually getting better and that this second warehouse is finally going to do what they had hoped was going to happen from the beginning. So I still mourn the old warehouse. I will always mourn the old, the old warehouse and the workers they had there. I love them dearly, just because they just gave us so many great packages and they did such a great job. So I will always have a special place in my heart for them and miss them every time I, get a Lug order. But I really hope that this new place will give them the same, personal touches and give them that same family feel and all that they unfortunately had to leave behind in their old warehouse. So that's my prayer for Lug. That's my prayer for us. And I really, really hope that they actually start sending these as emails and not just on Facebook. So there we go. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Hope this helps you as well. Anyways, take care. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.